Today I'm going to give you 3 incredibly important questions that you must use to minimize the risk of being scammed by bad suppliers and to make sure you find the best suppliers who you want to do business with. I'm going to give you 3 stories of failures for when we screwed up in our business when we didn't ask these questions, and I'm going to give you a bonus question at the end to make sure you always get the highest quality suppliers. So stick around to the end to make sure you get that bonus question. Let's dive in with the 3 questions that you have to ask to get the best suppliers. Question numéro 1 in French. This question is all about getting samples. You should ask for free samples. Now, you will always have to pay shipping. Well, most of the time you have to pay shipping, but what we like to do is lump multiple products into one shipment from multiple suppliers or even from the same supplier so you can test the quality across their entire line or across multiple suppliers. Amazon is all about quality first. Amazon only care about the customer. This Jeff Bezos has said this time and time again. The customer comes first. Jeff actually said that they care more about customers than they do competition.
When given the choice of obsessing over competitors or obsessing over customers, we always obsess over customers.
So you have to care about the customers as well. So quality first. Now here's a failure story when we didn't do this. One time when we didn't actually do this with our suppliers, we didn't get a free sample. We ended up shipping a few hundred items to Amazon and we got tons of complaints and it really sucked. We ended up not restocking this item at all and the quality just wasn't there. And we always know now to get samples. Now you don't have to get samples, but you may end up with a rubbish product and that's not going to be good for your future business. So make sure to always ask for samples. Question numéro 100. Which is 2 in Thai. Can they ship using the big companies UPS, FedEx, DHL, or TNT? You have to ask if they can work with these shipping companies. A failure story. We once forgot to ask for this and they ended up using their own company, a Chinese shipping company that they had a good connection with, and our stuff ended up taking ages to get to the country that we were sending it to, and then it got stuck in customs for 3 weeks. We lost time, we lost sales, we lost the hair on the back of our head. It was extremely stressful, and now we know to only use the big companies because they're much faster, they're much more reliable, and they're much better at getting you through customs. So always go for the bigger shipping companies. And if your supplier doesn't want to do this, then move on to another supplier. Only the good suppliers will actually do this. So if you get a supplier who's not using one of these companies or who doesn't want to, then that is a big red flag and you should avoid that supplier and go for a supplier who is willing to use the bigger companies. Question numero 3, which is 3 in Japanese. Ask for photos at each stage of production and even before production starts. You must do this to make sure the quality is good. Quality control is really hard if you're not actually visiting the factory yourself. So it's important to get photos of what the logo looks like on the product. And you don't even need to have your own logo. You can have the previous company's logo. Just ask them to send you a picture of the item with different logos attached. Ask them to send you pictures of packaging. Ask them to send you pictures when the order has started or what it first looks like, and especially when the order's finished and you're paying for the full amount of the order. Failure story number 3. We forgot to ask for photos. Actually, we did ask for photos, but we didn't ask for close-up photos one time, and we didn't get a close enough look of the product, and we didn't notice that there weren't any labels on the product. We ordered 1,000 items and none of them had made in China labels or any sort of labels on them. By law, you are required to have the country of origin on the label. If I take the 3 closest products here, you got made in China right there. Let's see, you got made in China right here on the label. Don't know if you can see that. This one comes from Hong Kong. Yeah, that one comes from Hong Kong. You need to have the country of origin on the product. So when we missed this by not getting close-up photos and seeing what it was missing, we ended up getting our stuff stuck in customs for weeks. And we had to then have customs put a label on it. Otherwise, they were going to ship it back to the origin country and they wouldn't let it out of customs. So we ended up having to pay customs to put the labels on. It was absolute nightmare. Make sure you always ask for photos, close-ups of every detail of every stage of the production to make sure that everything's always good and everything's correct. Now I have a bonus question for you to help you get more trust and make sure you're going for those quality suppliers. But first, if you like this video, hit that like button so I know that you like these questions, and hit the subscribe button if you like videos like this. Now in our main course, Azon University, which you can go to azonu.net, we have 14 questions for your suppliers as a part of the Golden Suppliers module. But I don't want to talk about that too much because you're on YouTube, you want to be watching YouTube videos. So I'm going to link some more videos that you can watch. But for now, the bonus question. Here's the bonus question. What you need to do is ask if your Chinese agent or your local agent can inspect their factory. Even if you don't have an agent, this is a great way to see if they are legit. If they're acting difficult, or they say no, or they say maybe, then maybe they are not. Maybe they've got something to hide, or maybe they're a trader and not a manufacturer, or maybe they just got some dodgy factory somewhere and they don't want anyone to see it. A good supplier with a high quality manufacturing process and factory will welcome this. So if they welcome it, follow up by asking for the address and times that your agent could possibly go and visit. Then you use this address and you stick it on Google Earth and you go and see if they've got a real factory and they're not just making it up. We actually did this to spy on our suppliers before we use them. So it's a great hack. Even if you don't have a local agent, you can still see if they are a legitimate manufacturer just by asking this question. So this question builds trust, makes sure that you have a good supplier and you can go forward and do business with them. So use these 4 questions and check out some other videos. I'll link to a playlist on Amazon FBA and how to sell on Amazon. So check out some of those videos, and thank you so much for watching, and hit that subscribe button. It's free. Go do it.